This won't be my last game. I'm actually thinking about another multiplayer game, or a puzzle game, or well, another game to make. So when I get an idea, I make some prototypes and I get it to work, I'll be showing it to you guys and you can play.
Yeah, so it has been a long time since my last game project. 7 months ago to be exact. But that is why I'm here to show my new game called Svante, the game I'm playing right now. The game will be free, of course. Svante is an arena shooter where you kill Billies. Yes, Carlson Billies from Danny's new game. Svante and Carlson are really different because Svante is an infinite game with infinite enemies compared to Carlson, which is more of a story-driven single-player game. To be honest, Danny's game is much better in many regards, so yeah, that's why I'm making Svante different. Go check him out, he's a great YouTuber and a great guy. Svante right now isn't really much, as it is just a base I can build upon. You can still kill Billies, but that's basically it. There are no waves yet. I have many features planned for Svante, but about that later. You can get the game by joining my Discord server and going to the Svante Alpha channel. Click on Add Library and download. It's that easy. So let's get started on the devlog. So, I started this project around 6 weeks ago. I'm not sure where the idea itself came, but I was chatting on Danny's server and someone recommended to make a Billy killing game, as Carlson isn't released yet, or it won't be released in a short while. So, I picked up that idea and started making it. The name wasn't actually Svante at first, but after talking with Danny, I asked what would be Carlson's brother's name, and the answer was Svante. I was planning that I make the game for a month and release it, but well, the scope just got bigger and bigger as time went on. I made Svante with the universal render pipeline because I wanted this game to run on a toaster. I also used it for a long time, so I don't know if I even can make games with the built-in pipeline. I started by experimenting with various stuff like weapons and enemies. I have made weapons in the past, so this was no biggie. I want this game to look okay, and you know that I'm not a good modeler, so I decided to use some gun models made by this awesome guy named Quaternius. He has some awesome models, and they are all free to use, open source, and public domain. Link in description. After that, I logically added shooting. As I was making the rocket launcher, I forgot some zeros at the end of the shoot cooldown. I actually debugged it for 30 minutes to see what was wrong. This just shows that I can be really dumb sometimes. I also made some shop fronts in the game, but they are pretty bad. I will be replacing them with a new system, but about that later. As this game is about killing Billies, I logically made the UI system after weapons. Who even needs Billies if you have a smooth UI? I want to make the UI system from scratch, as that allows for full control over animations and such. I actually don't use Unity's pre-made sliders and etc. I only use images and the canvas, because if I made those by hand, it would take a long time to finish. To start off, I created some buttons and the main menu. I also made a pop-up and a transition to the game world. Now began the hard part, the settings UI. I needed to create a slider, a drop-down, and a toggle. It took around 2 days, but after tinkering around the system, I got them to work. I think they look pretty neat. So now came time to add Discord to the game. This was really easy, as Discord's game SDK is really easy to use and really flexible. They also have documented a lot of it. Initially, I made the game have rich presence, But after some time I also added cloud saves so your settings and game saves sync across all devices with your Discord account. Now, after all that, I started making Billies. I wanted different kinds of Billies to spice up the gameplay. I actually tried to use IK, but I failed at it tremendously. After the IK mess I made, I decided to just add floating Billies. They came out better than I planned, and I'm pretty happy about them. Afterwards, I added some flying Billies. I had no idea what sort of AI I wanted to create for them, but I settled on the Billies just cruising randomly in the sky from side to side. I finally added some tank Billies that try to chase you on the ground. They can't jump or fly, so they are always on the bottom layer. I used A-star pathfinding to determine the path to the player. I actually didn't know anything about pathfinding before, but Sebastian League's video about A-star pathfinding helped me a lot. I will probably add more Billies in the future, but I also want to add some bosses. The game also lacks a wave system, but all that is planned for the future. About the future of Svante. I will be releasing Svante on May 15th this year. It might get postponed by 2 weeks, but we will see how long it takes to make the stuff I want. I still want to add music to the game, along with other things like a new shop system, bosses, infinite waves, a level system, more weapons, and better feedback for the player. Now, as I have the base game done, I can focus on creating new features. If you have any suggestions, just leave them in the comments. But that's it. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe and smash the like button like you smash Billies. See you next time. Bye.